Here we are in Easthampton, Massachusetts today, and we're at a special little nature preserve in Easthampton that's very popular with people. It's called Arcadia Park. It's a nature park, and you can go bird watching here, or you can have young people activities, younger than even kindergarten, or you can have young people going on little day hikes with themselves. So we're going to show you all the things around. Well, they got a big solar panel over here. Alright, and they try to be electricity independent. And then you have a big pavilion back here for the students to go in there if they want to. Or you got a picnic spot in there. And you can see it's kind of a nature play area. Look at this teepee structure with a little canoe next to it. So you have the preschoolers going there if you want to. And there's lots of parking spaces around. Now, across the street is the old farmhouse that started it. And there, the people that run the park, they live in there overnight. So they have a ranger full-time at least once all the way around the clock. And then you can see some more of the activities they have in this area. They have all these canoes out here. And you probably have a lot of outdoor equipment inside of there. And then the trail system starts right behind this brush right here. And then you have a visitor center, and in the visitor center you can learn about animals, plants, nature, the land, the water, because it's on the edge of the oxbow. Then they have a classroom section over here. This classroom section, you can have sessions where the students learn about nature, and you can have any grade level come in here, from preschoolers out to middle school, high school, and college, because they can all benefit from knowing about nature as much as possible. And the trail system is 4 miles long, and they also have about a quarter mile of that being handicap accessible to all comers. And there's an admission fee for anyone when it comes for the day. And of course, school groups are always invited. You can imagine how popular this place would be. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk around so you get a better view for yourself. Can I describe most of the thing? This is the visitor center. Where inside there is the nature study program, and then you have the canoes I talked about, and the old farmhouse on the distance, right? And then the picnic tables, and then on this side you have that playground, very nature-oriented playground set, and a big pavilion for group activities, and the solar panel, and then you have a classroom area over here. Okay, so I described all of those in details. Now they have maps, of course, because one of the biggest highlights around here is that you can go off on these nature trails and study the environment, either with your parents or on your own or with classroom groups, right? And they tell you all the things you can look for. Look for bobolinks and kestrels, right? Then they have a big map. The big map is here. They can walk all that grassland, shrubland, and all these nature trails. Goes right next to Hubbard Pond, the wood duck pond, and it's at the edge of the oxbow too. All right, and then there's smaller. This inset map is repeated over here because most of the trails are over here. So behind the visitor center is the old Coach Road Trail, the Tulip Tree Trail, the Warbler Trail, Horseshoe Trail, and so forth and so on. And then the bigger trails are Old Coach Road, Sassafras Tree. All right, and you can even kayak up into here. The river going through is the Mill River, and the river close by is the Manhattan. All right, and like all good naturists, they keep a good landscape right, of some beautiful flowers. And here's a greenhouse on the outside here. Right, and they have signs constantly along the way. Right, so they talk about maple sugar and how to maple sugar. Right, and then the trail system starts back here. Right, there's a dinosaur footprint right there. You know, there's many in the valley. Okay, and so the trails start here. There's one trail right there, and it tells you that's the tulip tree trail, and then the old coach road trail is going up this way, right? And I won't go in very far. I'll just give you a hint of what's up here. They try to make it as user-friendly as possible, and they have much of the area cleared out so you can see a lot of nature. Right, you're talking about a vernal pool, and there's a vernal pool back there. They explain what the vernal pool is about here, right? But there's a vernal pool, and it's out right now. They tell you not to go down there because it's very sensitive, right? But you can see around here, lots of nature, right? This road used to be an old stagecoach road, and they have a tier here stopping some of the debris coming down. So there's so many trails here. Of course, it'll keep you busy for hours and hours going through every bit of it. I've gone on these trails a couple of times, even when I was a very young boy, half century ago. And I've gone on the streams with a kayak, so I've seen it from that point of view also, which is wonderful. And this is the tulip tree trail. And this blaze, you can see the blue blaze on this tree up here. And the trails are quite manicured for a good reason. They want visitors to feel safe on the trails. But as you look off, you see ferns and small brush. You see an intermittent stream right there. And you see a vale or a little tiny hillock over there. Right? And it's quite beautiful in this area. Okay, and there's a lot of beautiful trees. Okay, and there's a little shack back here also. In the clearing back there where you can see it clears up, that's where the oxbow or the Hubbard's Pond is. Alright, and you can see in the distance a lot going on. Right, so there's a lot of activities in this area. And like I said, if you can bring young people around and they'll enjoy it endlessly. And the visitor center has so much information available about what you're looking at, interpretation, and if you know about nature, then you can pick out your favorite site. If you know or you want to come here for trails, there's loads of them, 4 miles of trails. But get a map before you leave because there's so many going around. Right? Now the admission is $4 for adults. And then I'll leave you with that because we just wanted to give you a short bit of what happens around here. So thank you very much.